Senate Republican Rep. John Thune said Congress may need pass short-term government funding bill, known as a continuing resolution, in the March timeframe to give lawmakers enough time process 12 outstanding appropriations bills and avoid shutdown. Room No. 2 Republicans said it was unrealistic to think Congress could get this done before two fast-approaching deadlines. That's partly because congressional leadership agreed just this week to cap funding levels, and appropriators now have the difficult task of negotiating individual bills that provide funding. We should give some time to do some work on other bills. And if there is a CR, maybe in the March timeframe, he told reporters when asked if a CR would be needed. Congress passed temporary legislation late last year, extending government funding through Jan. 19 for some parts of the government, including military construction, Veterans Affairs, transportation, housing and Department of Energy. Thune's comments supporting a continuing resolution could lead to conflict with House Speaker Mike Johnson and the Republican-controlled House of Representatives. Last November, the Louisiana Republican vowed to no longer support such short-term stopgap measures. "I am done with short-term CRs," Johnson said at the time. House Republican leaders are not ready to commit to an interim spending bill, but they floated the possibility in a closed-door meeting Tuesday. According to GOP sources familiar with the conversation, it's a sign that Johnson may be softening his stance at a time when the next government funding deadline is fast approaching and Congress has yet to pass single annual spending bill. Sources said Johnson also told members at a closed-door leadership meeting that he did not want the government to be shut down. Thune suggested work could now be done on some bills the Senate has begun processing and complained that Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer did not manage the session properly. "I would at least put some of the bills down. We're wasting time here that could be used for an orderly appropriations process." He also warned against shutting down the government, saying no one can win. "We've never seen any political gain coming from shutting down the government." On another thorny issue, Thune said he thought Congress could eventually reach an agreement on border security policy that would allow them to approve funding for Ukraine and Israel, but noted that was unlikely to happen until Congress addressed government funding issues. "I think there is a high level of interest in moving this package, but they need to handle the border issue correctly. They haven't had any serious discussions about parole until now, and now they're finally starting to address it," he said. Schumer and Johnson announced over weekend that they had agreed on total spending figures. First step in process of funding federal government, but far-right members of House GOP conference harshly criticized the